All right, all right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the First Stream Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Cedric. Yes, I am here again. I know it's hard not seeing me here, but hey, I'm here. Uh, welcome today. We have a nice show today. We actually get to talk about the Falcons for a minute. Hey, we're gonna bring in one of our guests, Lady E, who's actually been to the OTAs down there in the Dirty South. All right, we're gonna talk about the NBA movement, what's going on so far, and one of the things that we're really waiting on. Everybody waiting for that one. We're going to talk about the NHL champions who have the newly crowned champions of the NHL. A little bit about the Washington Commanders ownership group, what's been going on so far as they get ready to transition to the new owners. So, hey, let's get ready to go.
Yeah.
First Stream Podcast. Yeah. True Danny. Dre on the beat. You know, yeah. What's your favorite squad? Tell me who you going with. First Stream Podcast, yeah, we keep it lit. We got the latest updates, we don't pump fake. Like, comment, share, we don't care, feel free to hate. We got great guests join us, you should chime in. Trudini on the intro for the time being. Lady A, representing Washington. Pick Washington, everything Washington. Mo coming out of Dallas, you know the business. Said, them Georgia Bulldogs ain't quitting. Yeah, if you ain't watching sports, you ain't living. About to get my mattress Mac on, about to bet $1 million, bet $1 million. Let's talk about it. We all grown and cool, we can talk about it. Before we hit the news, we gon' talk about it. Oh, you wanna bet? Let's pop a bottle about it.
Whoa. Whew. Had a power flash there, my bad. It blinked everybody off of that. Woo. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Well, while we wait to do that, I can go in and bring everybody in so far. We're going to bring in Lady A, the light, the sunshine. Pick caller to HR. We're going to bring her in. Welcome, Lady A.
Hello. You just, you have these wonderful introductions said. I mean, no one gives introductions like Cedric, I tell you.
Hey, you should see my face. And they're like, the power flash?
Well, it took a second, and me and Aunt was looking backstage like, wait a minute now. I was about to jump in, and then you just popped up and said, whoa, and that's what we were doing too.
Hey, because I'm on that new, that's why.
Oh, excuse me. Yes, you're new.
Okay. I upgraded, see?
Oh, okay. I upgraded. I see you. Upgrade, moving on now.
I upgraded just a little bit now. Not top of the line, just a little bit.
No, not top of the line. It's okay.
Right.
Upgrade is good.
Hey, well, let's bring in Mr. Dallas Cowboy himself, the realist, the man who called it like it is. I'm giving him 5 and 5 only. Mr. Mid-Game himself. Nah, I ain't gonna get into that. He's not Mr. Mid-Game. He's the truth. That man's gonna bring it to you whether you want him to or not. Mr. Raw himself.
What?
Ammo.
Yeah. Eddie Murphy. Yeah, Eddie Murphy Raw. He said Mr. Mid Game. I said, hold on now. I'm not Hemi Buckets now.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? That's Mr. Mid Game himself. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother story. You know, how y'all doing? How y'all doing?
We good.
It's all good. It's all good. Our fearless leader is on his way. As he bobbing weed trying to get to the house. He'll be on here shortly. But we can go ahead and start because, that's what we do. Man down, next man up.
Okay.
Welcome to the Bulldogs. Anyway, don't join the club. Go ahead and get on now. Hey, we will be in Texas 2024. I will be there.
Okay.
I will be in the building. I will be in Austin for that game. I will have all my red and black ready to go. But that's we got time for that.
We can make a bet on that one right now.
No. Because we win a championship, I know how the year gonna go. So we're gonna wait on the end of the day and see how this chip go.
Okay.
Well then, while we wait on Ant, we're gonna bring in our Falcons insider.
Okay.
That's right, people. We have people everywhere. We're gonna bring on Lady E, who is gonna give us the information of what she's seen, what she thinks, and what's going on with the Falcons. We'll much to do. We're gonna bring in Lady E.
Hey, Lady E.
How y'all
What?
doing? How y'all doing?
Hey,
I don't
you know
speak
how
to
we do
Cowboy fans / Texas fans, but how y'all doing, everybody else?
Oh, you gonna speak to me?
it.
It don't matter what you say. You gonna speak to me now.
I'm gonna be in your face. You gonna speak to me.
And we gonna be friends. How you like that? And we're gonna be friends.
Oh, okay.
And we gonna be friends. You heard me? All right, that's what I'm talking about right there. Welcome back. Thank you for coming back. And we're from the Falcon perspective. I'm much interested because I can only read so much. I can't see. I can only go by what they saying. You know, because sometimes they're gonna tell you one thing.
Yeah.
But it's on this side or the other side. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The old bait and switch. The old bait and switch. So go ahead and give us information. Talk to us about what you've seen so far with the Atlanta Falcons.
So yes, the Falcons did have their open practice open to the public, which they kind of started that last year, which is a very good opportunity for the fans to get get a first glance of it. Again, remind you, and this is this disclaimer, they are in shirts and shorts. They do not have on pads. They do not have on anything. So this is just them going through drills, going through different things, but you get to see something. Okay. So a lot of key players was out. Cordell Patterson wasn't there. Jesse Bates wasn't there. So again, these are optional OTAs. They do not have to be there, but this gives other opportunities from a lot of different players. So the first thing that I first saw when I first came there, the first person I was definitely for sure looking for was Bijan Robinson. So, they had the running backs over there on the other side of the field, but I was able to see him run and do his hand drills, make sure everything. He is what they have said that he was. He is bigger in person. Loved everything that I saw with him just running those little drills. I don't know. I get excited for drills. I don't know why. But the thing that really did stand out for me was Ritter. You can tell he put on that NFL weight. You can tell that he's a little bit more poised in the pocket, setting their feet like him. Heineke and our backup, they were doing little drills where they were throwing the football, trying to hit it into a net. And Ritter made a couple of them, so has Heineke. So I'm going to give Heineke his credit. We already seen what Heineke can do, but I feel like he is going to push and be that push for Ritter to become better. I really do think that, especially – just looking at that. One thing that did stand out to me again, because again we didn't get to see a lot of our starters, but I know they still had Jalen Mayfield out there. But somebody has to do it. I'm still question mark, but I will say Bergeron. What they said when they kind of said his weight and looking at him on TV, I didn't expect him to be in a sense a little bit on the smaller side. I guess he's more toned. If y'all ever seen like a wrestler that's toned, he's that tone side offensive tackle, but we need that for the type of scheme that we run. So I see why he was a pick for Arthur Smith, and I see why, but I would just expect, I'm not going to say sloppy, but I was expecting a little bit more rounder and a little bit more bigger than what I saw. But running the drills, love his blocking, love everything that I saw when they were doing that. They did keep the offensive linemen off to the side, so they didn't really interact when they were doing kind of like the 7-on-7. It really was just, quarterback and wide receivers, running backs against the defense. So, but let's talk to that. So Desmond Ritter, nice ball, nice zip on the ball. He made a lot of good catches. I love the scheme that how they were running, kind of how they were trying to get a feel of everything. Now, this is where the kicker comes in, and I'm going to tell all of y'all fans out there, okay? They going to line Bijan up all over the field. They had him in the slot. They had him outside. They just was like, we finna play with you, bro, okay? So, yes, and when they did run a play where they had him outside, and just like we expected, defense bit, let that open for one of our tight ends to come in, boom, straight 6 yards already. So I'm good. Now, defense held their own. I think our offseason acquisitions that we made are really going to pay off. Jeff looks good. I can't wait to see him in pads going up in preseason. But what I saw, he made an excellent play off the ball, off of Drake London. I'm just like, what? AJ Terrell out there doing it. Grady wasn't really in that lineup per se, but Grady's still Grady. Our defensive lines are still what they're doing, still doing what they're doing. One key acquisition that I did see was who was it? Because I know Avery Johnson got hurt. Y'all, excuse me. I have to go back through all my little notes that I pretty much had over here because I want to say it was Malone. It was Malone. He was with the defensive. He was with the linebackers, and Olajari was with the defensive line. So I did know that they were kind of playing with that a little bit. So I don't know how permanent what Ryan Nelson is trying to do and trying to see with that, but I know that they were making a big deal about D. Alford. D. Alford was out there showing out. Richie Grant showing out. Jalen Hawkins showing out. So I can't wait to see them boys doing what they're doing. But I will say those offseason acquisitions on the defense, we are going to probably see a major big improvement for the Falcons over there. Offense, Chef Kiss, wait till Kyle Pitts gets back. Him, Drake London, Bijan. Can't wait. So yeah.
Have you heard? I don't mean to cut you off. Have you heard from the team referencing Kyle Pitts?
So he's cleared. They said that he probably could come back by training camp. I know that they said possibly by the season, but when we were there, they kind of made the announcement that he possibly could be back for training camp. Not 100% sure. We'll see. They might probably have him doing a little bit of running, but I still don't think he'll be 100% season ready, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I'm actually happy. First of all, I think all of us are kind of looking at Bijan like, okay, what you gonna do? No matter what team he's on, we're gonna be all eyes are gonna be on him. But I am happy that you came onto this show and said that Heineke was a good QB2 and will be able to push your QB1 because, somebody, I'm not going to name any names, but I'm sure you can look at the screen and see who. Somebody, I wasn't even talking about Ant this time, but somebody felt like, oh man, he coming to my team type of thing, angry about it. And I said, no, this actually may be a good thing. It's, he's a great QB2 and he's very knowledgeable. So I do agree, he may help your QB1 push him and to be better,
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see anything bad from Heineke. Again, remind you, this is t-shirts and shorts type thing. Yeah. I didn't see anything. The balls were good. He actually made a good pass to Drake London that was literally a touchdown. So, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what you need, especially for a rookie. Because I'm still going to call him a rookie because he only had 4 games last year, and this is his first full season. So for him to get there, and he had a lot of things he needed to work on. One thing I will say, I see that he is planting his feet a little bit more, that now it's not like a scramble in the pocket. He is sitting over there and planting his feet. We're not seeing shuffling and different things like that. So he put on that NFL weight. He was scrawny last year too. So we can tell with that NFL weight that we all know that can help with the strength in the ball. He already had it, but I've seen a lot more crisper zip this time around when it came down to it. So again, him and Heineke can get together, learn a lot of things, and he can get pushed. But again, I won't be able to make a final judgment until they put some pads on, baby, and go through preseason. But I'm excited for what they put for even the practice. I am highly excited. I am ready for this preseason, and I'm ready for them to really, show us what, let me take that back. I'm ready for Arthur Smith to actually be able to have the team that he wants, have the players that he needs to make his plays work, and be able to see what we really have in a coach. I feel like these last 2 seasons, we really hadn't been able to see what we had because of our cap situation, but let alone we didn't have his players. Now, this was his first full draft to get the people that he wants, and I think we already know. I'm going to say 2023 playoffs, maybe the playoffs, hopefully first round, something like that. Hopefully we come out top in the division, maybe even second. But 2024, I'm going to tell you like this. Watch out for them Falcons, okay? Watch out. Them dirty birds gonna be back, okay? Trust me on that. 2024, not this year. I'm not claiming this year, not this year. We gotta work out some kinks. But 2024, yes. Come holler at your girl about them Falcons. I stand on this. This is recorded. I stand on this. Okay.
Ant, what you got, Ant?
Look at Ant. Ant don't want
wait, hold
nobody to say
Go
nothing.
ahead, Ant. What you got, Ant? Go ahead.
No, hold on. Ant can't talk because Cowboy fans do this year in and year out and still end up failed. So it's okay.
Are you
But
done?
he don't like nobody talking good about their team.
Are you done, my Falcon friend?
Go ahead, Ant. Go ahead, my Cowboys. No, well, hold on. I let me not say that. Cowgirls friend. Go ahead with Dakota.
Hey, I don't. The last thing I expect for any of you people is to show me halfway respect. So anyway, listen. Hey guys, listen. As you can see, all of these people just drink their own Kool-Aid.
Oh,
you know, Jim Jones, Jim Jones, even, just go take them up to an attic, tell them it's just regular Kool-Aid, and watch them kill themselves. I don't understand any of you guys or your teams. She just said 2023. I don't know, playoffs maybe, first round, maybe make some noise, but 2024, God dog it, Ritter and a whole host of people who we have no idea about are going to make a strong push for the playoffs. I'm sorry. Stop labeling Cowboy fans as the most delusional people that ever lived. Okay? I sit in the middle. I sit in this sandwich. Okay? I sit in this sandwich of people right now. This one up here, I just had to stomach this for over a year now. This one is sounding like this one now. At least y'all on the same page, okay?
Hold on, wait a minute. Wait, hold on.
Well,
Is this the same person that said Texas was back? Didn't they say Texas was back that time they did beat Georgia and they said Texas was back and Texas ain't bad? Didn't the Cowboys say that they was back and still
that's
ain't
what they
back?
said.
So we're
hold on. What does Texas have to do with this?
No, she talking about when UT beat Georgia, they said Texas was back.
When did Texas beat Georgia?
It was in the bowl game.
Okay, I was just asking.
Hey, not to say that they head
coach.
Good,
I just listening.
Wait. And not to say that Texas head coach was in Georgia watching Georgia practice. But I digress. But like you said, I already told him I think the Falcons going to win at least 11 games this year.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at the schedule. They should win at least 11 games this year. I'm not saying undefeated. 11. When you look at the schedule, we should win 11 games.
Well, hopefully, yeah, we know you ain't saying undefeated. Nobody should be saying that.
No.
But this is the thing. You gotta. Can we start with a good preseason? Can somebody not get hurt first? Can Desmond Ritter
don't you say preseason don't matter? Now you want to?
No. Hold up! Don't put words in my mouth. I never said preseason doesn't matter. I never said preseason don't matter. Okay. Who said when y'all got me on tape saying preseason don't matter?
We might have you on tape.
You don't. You don't. She's a tea sipper. Well, she provides the tea that we sip on. That's all she's doing. She fixing something here. I never said preseason don't matter.
Hey, he won't say it this preseason either.
We got to welcome our leader and Two-Pick just made into the building. As well, we welcome the people that's in the chat. Welcome Bruce. He's always here with us all the time. What's going on, Bruce? As you see, Clarence is up in here. Yes, sir.
Groupie.
Boo, Clarence. We're gonna give you a boo on that one. Boo.
He must don't want to win. I don't know what
hey, and then we're gonna another Georgia fan. We got his wife's a Georgia fan. He a Washington fan. Welcome John up into the building as well.
But
that's my guy right there.
I looked at the defense. The defense what killed us the most last year.
Yep.
And they have brought in a number of safeties, a number of linebackers, and most of all, they brought in different pieces on the defensive line. I mean, granted, some of them are old. We know that. Yep. But at least they made the effort to bolster that defensive line. Granted, we would like the other defensive player there, but hey, we digress. It is what it is. Draft is over with. We're just gonna let this slide by. I'm sorry, I ain't no choice. I had to get that in there.
But I would say this: the thing about it is, what we lack the most is affecting the quarterback. So they went and grabbed players that at least had 5 sacks, 4 sacks, different than pretty much the total sacks that we were bringing in was more than what we had in the season. So again, we have to find ways to address that problem. Again, we're not saying that our defense is flashy with top names people. We don't have a Chase Young like the Commanders. Okay, we don't have a Von Miller. We don't
yet.
have
He's
that.
nothing to talk about.
Hey,
Lord.
Not yet.
Am I wrong?
That might be coming up in the trade, but not yet. We're not gonna get.
Hey, what you say? Y'all don't have a Chase Young yet.
Mister, don't
just so you can play Washington in week 5.
Mister, don't pick up the 5th year. That don't sound like nothing to phone your mama about. But okay.
But they have him for right now. He's not anywhere else but Washington. So
there you go.
True.
So hold on. Did y'all already go over Falcons and OTAs already?
Yes.
Y'all did. I got a question.
But we're not done though. Because
okay, go.
The question I need to state to her that I didn't get a chance to earlier was she actually talked about the offensive line. I know they don't have pads on. Did they try to use different combinations in drills? Or was it just the same ones we seen from last year? Or were they plugging in different people in different positions trying to see what worked?
They were. Again, we were missing Jake Matthews from that line, right. So our extra left tackle. So you got to think we're playing around with Jalen Mayfield at this point. So they did work on different combinations, but it's not going to be something solidified until about training camp when everybody has to report, and that's when we'll be able to really see and kind of judge that. I really couldn't judge what they were doing because, again, we were mixing and matching. I will say we do have some good size up front. I will say that, because even Bergeron is coming in looking like.
Go ahead, Ant.
So
go ahead.
I second that emotion. Go ahead. No,
so I'm dead. No, but yeah. So yeah, but no, they were doing a lot of different combinations. But again, like I said, they were off to the side because once that 7-on-7 started happening, that's when everybody really took their focus over there. But they left the offensive lineman. But what we saw. They were doing different things, but again, we can't really get a full sense because I really want to see what Bergeron looks like, with our starters, because again, we still have a question mark at center. I understand why we're keeping a certain person at center, but it's still a question mark at that center position.
So did you ask her about? Okay, go ahead.
No, you good. Go ahead.
I just want to know, how did y'all rookie look? Y'all number 1 draft pick. How did he look?
Oh yeah, she talked about that.
Oh yeah. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Oh, mwah. Please don't do this to me.
Yes.
What do you
expect? She said chef's kiss. I'm sorry, she said chef's kiss.
And what do you expect? It's not like
I expect us to wait till he get punched in the mouth or something first. What? Let's stop. Listen, the underwear Olympics ain't won nobody nothing.
No, okay. So let me tell you this. One thing I can say that is not deniable. Again, Bijan, when he planted, because he ran a route. When he planted, he was gone. Like, you can see the speed in him. So I'm not going to say that he's not going to be like not effective and we got to wait. I feel like he's going to make he's going to cause some type of ruckus up front. No matter what it is. Again, if we can get Kyle Pitts back, that is going to be something that's going to be hard to try to defend regardless. So again, I like what they were doing. I like how they had him lined up everywhere, even if he wasn't finna get the ball thrown to him. To put him all the way on the outside, lined up against the corner. Come on now, what we doing?
and I listen. Y'all know I'm gonna give you a hard time, but I know all about that fella. He is definitely he's special for real. So I agree with you. I don't have nothing bad to say about him except for he went to the Falcons. Okay, and that's and not because I don't like the franchise, because I wanted him to slip so bad. I'm like, please just give me, how they say, take everything, but give me Jesus. Hey, give me Bijan in the first round, and I would have been just fine with the rest of the draft. So y'all got a good one over there. And he's a man. He's going to look like a man amongst boys out there at certain points because he comes in ready. He's what Zeke looked like, though. I can imagine him being what we imagine Zeke to be those first couple years.
Yep.
What Saquon looks like when he's healthy. He comes out the gate ready to, ready to catch passes out the backfield, truck a few guys. I mean, he's got his toolbox is full. So.
Wait till he put on that good NFL weight to get on that NFL nutrition and kind of start getting in there. That's why I said I love us for 2023. I want us to do good for 2023, but I feel like once Arthur Smith gets a little bit more pieces, He sees how this works, see what doesn't. I feel like we're going to be a force in 2024. Give Bijan, like, again, I feel like Bijan's going to come in. He's going to come and do what we expect him to do. I feel like our defense is going to do what we're going to do. I just feel like we're still missing those pieces to get over that hump to make a deep run into the playoffs. We can make a run to the playoffs, but I want us back where we were in 2016. This time we ain't losing. Y'all hit me with them 28-3 straight.
But I say, but you know what though?
He's not on here right now.
It's not, and this is a small rebuttal to that. I think it's just about him getting acclimated to the NFL and their way of doing things, not the system in every other regard, because that's when you listen to what's his name? Chandler, the guy from the Pivot, when he talks about going to Florida and they had the best of the best of the best. These days, there's only a little bit of difference in the exposure that you get going from college to the NFL, you know, and especially with the NFL adopting certain things from college. I think he's probably just, some guys are just ready to go. I just think he's one of those guys.
Yeah. He was one of the best.
I think he's ready to roll. I think a lot of Falcon fans will be pleased with the direction that y'all going to go this year. Y'all have I don't think that this is a one back league anymore. You have to have a combination of running backs because he's never played 17 games. You know what I mean? Bijan's never played 17 games, and you can't just pound one running back for 17 games without them being hurt. So you're going to need more than one.
That's a fact.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you. Him, you know, paired with Tyler Algier, Tyler already had 1,000 yards rushing. Again, you got two running backs. Again, one thing about Tyler Algier's game is he's not a great catcher. His hands are good, but they're not great for him catching out the backfield. You put Bijan in there to do that, bam, we're good to go because both of them are going to run and pound you to death. But you got a versatile player to where you can come in, you can have Tyler Algier lined up in the back and put Bijan on the outside. Now you're looking kind of like, hold on, wait a minute. Okay, this is the same person who Arthur Smith literally had a freaking fullback. Had a fullback lined up to catch a dang pass out the freaking backfield. Like, this is the same person that did that on the freaking yard line last year. So, again, I trust Arthur Smith and what he has planned for Bijan. I trust him and what he wants to do with him. I feel like that's his low-key Derrick Henry. So, I'm going to see probably something similar to what we saw at Tennessee. But, again, I'm going to be optimistic for this year. Our schedule is one of the easiest schedules. I don't see why we can't. But again, it's the Falcons, and sometimes we win games we ain't supposed to win, and we lose games we ain't supposed to be losing. But again, I still feel like we're going to have a better season than what we had the past 2 years prior under Arthur Smith with the kind of team, structure that we have now. So again, I give them an A+ for the offseason. Him and Terry did what they needed to do, and now I'm just ready to see what we can put on the field this year. Healthy, right, cool. All healthy run year round.
All healthy. All right. So, Lady E, you gonna stick with us for the show?
Oh, I can stick with y'all. What's up?
All right. We're gonna switch this up a little bit, okay? All right. We're gonna move into our next topics here. Matter of fact, let me put this guy over here. That guy. All right.
Hey.
Yeah. So listen, and there has been some things happening in the NBA. Break it down for us, please, and thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. So, as we just saw, the Denver Nuggets finished off Miami in 5. Some of us saw it coming. Some of us at the bottom of this whole little shindig over here of people, they didn't see it coming. That's a whole nother situation. But what we know for sure is that Jimmy Butler, once and for all, is not a number 1 guy. He's a number 2. Okay, and that's not up for debate anymore. He can patent Hemi buckets all he wants to. He getting buckets was the last thing he was doing in that finals. Okay, so with that being said, a few things that we know and a couple of players that they are looking at. Miami is definitely looking to make a splash in this offseason. And Damian Lillard is one of the guys that is up for that raffle. Not saying that he fits, not saying that it actually happens, but one thing that that I've noticed is that you never heard Damian Lillard talking about being even open to going anywhere else. But then
Right.
all of a sudden,
Right.
he's like, it was this not so cryptic post that he put up that says, well, if the fans are saying all of this, then make it happen, which is just really a cop out to say, I'm not going to get nothing done here for the player that I want to be. So if it takes the fans to say they want me traded, because we know the fans ain't really worth, you know what I'm saying, replying to on social media about saying, yeah, trade me. So in a on a live or whatever, he talked about a few of the teams that he'd be willing to go to, and he said that Miami was one of those teams because him and Bam Adebayo are really close.
That'd be crazy though. I'm sorry to interrupt you
No,
right
you
now,
could, go
but that would be crazy. Bam, Jimmy, and
Yeah.
oh my God, and Dame
Yeah,
time
Damian Lillard and Tyler Hero healthy,
and
Yeah.
Tyler Hero healthy.
and those other role players, they get to then really step in and truly be bench players and not have to contribute so many minutes.
Right.
Right.
So he's a key cog for sure. But the other team that he said was Brooklyn, because him and Mikal Bridges said him and Mikal Bridges are tight. So this is another thing that we know, that Damian Lillard is very much a relational guy. If he feels that he
Right.
has a strong connection with you, he'll ride it out. You know, look, I'll say the guy from Lehigh. You know, the guy from Lehigh, he was gonna ride it out with him until the organization decided to make that move. No, seriously,
Mhm.
and they were really friends, and that's what made their dynamic work so much. So I could see how for him it's not even just about winning; it's winning with people that he actually likes. So that's something to look out for. But then there's another aspect of it. Bradley Beal. You know, there's been a lot of whispers here that have raffled up about him being on the move. So one of the teams is Miami as well, and it's very interesting when you talk about Bradley, because it's in the both the teams that are the front runners are from the same conference,
Right.
which is
Mhm.
Miami. Miami is looking to win and win now, and I love the aggressiveness that you're not just hearing about one guy, but you're hearing about multiple guys from them. The other suitor would be the Milwaukee Bucks. So I think with Milwaukee, to me personally, I don't see it making sense there, because I still think they have a really good full team. Chris Middleton was hurt a lot.
Yeah, I
And
think that's what it is. I think
yeah,
they're trying to make up some points for Middleton being
For
out
Middleton.
the way he was last
and
year.
Giannis was hurt. If you remember, he had the wrist
Yeah,
issue.
a back
So,
issue.
but
And
what's going on?
I mean, I was about to say, and there's a but on that as well, because Giannis was a little upset about them firing the head coach.
Mm.
He
Well,
came
I
out and said that it was a surprise to him,
Yes,
and
because
that
yeah.
he actually misses the head coach.
I'll be honest with you. With Milwaukee, I'm not understanding the determination of the coach anyway. Like, don't get me wrong. I can understand if they wanted to win, but when you have a lot of injuries, can we really say that it's the coach
Right.
when it's happening like that? Can we really kind of point our fingers? Like, even with I'm comparing the Suns with this. When you have the Suns, y'all been there. Y'all did that, and y'all get knocked out after y'all make a trade for Kevin Durant. So I can see why they blame Monty for that. But I'm with Giannis. That was a surprise that you got rid of Bud like that. Like, that shocked
But
me.
the one thing that you could say, and think about this, with the team, the Denver Nuggets, who just won the NBA championship, their number 2 guy, Murray, was hurt the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
What if he was fully healthy? Do the Golden State Warriors win the championship last year, or do they just knock them off? Because they didn't make it past the first round because their number 2 guy was hurt. So it's a combination of health, luck, because sometimes you don't want to face a certain team and they might get knocked off. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Yep.
so it's a combination of health, luck, and then knowing your team. And the one thing you can say that Ant has alluded to is with Damian Lillard, he's willing to play with people that he care about. That Nuggets team, they seem to really care about each other. I can remember that I think it was it was Miami, or maybe it was Miami or the Lakers or somebody. They had a something in the locker room, and they would just keep putting stuff in, and nobody knew what it was in there but the team. And it was all of their their dreams, their loved ones. They was putting their names in there and who they was playing for.
Yeah.
So I think it was Miami with LeBron.
It was Miami. No, it was Miami with it was, matter of fact, it was the Mavericks championship. If you're talking about with the names in the book, yeah, it was the Mavericks.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it was the Mavericks. It was the Mavericks.
Bring that championship back up.
Oh yeah,
that was cap. That's a whole other situation. That was complete cap.
But yeah, you see what I'm saying is you can't just do this for it's just us and a lot. It's bigger than that. So with Dame saying that he's looking to go play with people we have relationships with, I totally understand it.
I like
well, that's one thing people got to understand with football and with the difference between football and basketball. Basketball, you got a smaller team. So there can be, if you have one little riff, and I'm gonna use the Golden State Warriors because even Stephen Kerr came out and said that punch that happened in the beginning of the season probably knocked off the chemistry for the Golden State Warriors. That's probably why they couldn't have that.
I see what you did there.
Probably
knocked out a bunch of the
yeah, probably.
Ain't no probably in that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, that's the thing. You have to have the chemistry. Like we all know that when it comes down to football, it's all about, skills and positions and different things like that you have to booster up just to have that. But in basketball, if you don't have chemistry, like I don't think the Phoenix Suns had the chemistry with Kevin Durant to come in and then y'all want to make it into the playoffs and then you got to rotate all of this and try. I don't think the chemistry was there because even when the Mavs first played the Heat, when they won their championship, you could see that the chemistry just wasn't there again with LeBron and all of them together. So go ahead.
It was and I don't disagree with you on that. I think it was a kind of a perfect storm with them because LeBron also had the worst finals performance of a superstar ever. It's like he had the ball in his hands, he literally shrunk. So that's a whole nother issue. But I think whether you're talking football or basketball, it's two things. It's going to be it's a war of attrition. So it just
both of them.
Sometimes if you're right, so sometimes if you're just losing players or you don't get the time to have that cohesion, is what it all really comes down to. You're still gonna fail, and so I think that had a lot to do with it. I agreeing with you on the Miami side, but I just think, man, I don't like the fact that even with the Denver Nuggets, that they're trying to now take away from what they were able to do, because it's the luck of the draw type of things. What they were trying to make it seem like.
No.
I think it's terrible.
I'm agreeing with you.
No, I'm with you. I said I think that's a terrible argument, but it's like we're not going to ever talk about how in a lot of the Golden State runs they had players get hurt. They had the worst, the easiest draw. Like you can't pick and choose, man. What they did, even in that game, in the last game, the closeout game, for them to have played as bad as they did. They still held together and they fought a good fight. They had to not only beat Miami, but they also had to beat the refs.
Beat the refs, yeah.
Yeah, they did.
And remember what I said on Tuesday about the way people viewed Denver. They looked at them as a sleeper team. They did. They definitely underestimated this team. And going forward, it's like where do you go from here? Because now people are looking at you like, this was luck, but I really feel like they're a contender team.
What about this one? What about the guy that won 2 MVPs and everybody says he has a dad bod?
But here's the thing. The reason
best
why
player
a
in
lot
the
of
league.
people, but I think the reason why a lot of people will feel that way, let's be honest. How many of you guys ever watched Denver play?
Right.
Yeah, we admit that.
I saw them play when they played the Mavericks here.
And they beat
but the thing is, how many games have you guys watched of Denver?
Not
because
many.
again,
That's true.
they probably been playing like this all season. And if you're not watching this team, you're not going to know what they're doing. If you're only catching, okay, that just could be a good game and different things like that. You don't know what that team is capable of. And I think that's why they shocked a lot of people because nobody was paying attention to this.
Well, but
Denver is the equivalent of in football because once they come off that Northwest, you don't know what they do.
You had chopped out for a second. You said the equivalent of who in football?
Seattle in football. Denver is the equivalent of Seattle in football.
But this is the thing, though. what weren't they the number one seed for a large portion of
They were.
the season?
And nobody took that serious.
And
Yep,
I'm like, they pretty much been playing like this the whole year, but you're gonna go through your losing streaks, your win streaks, people getting injured. So it's like, I think it's shame on you if you take anybody for granted, especially once you get to the playoffs.
Right.
That's a whole different basketball.
And we overrated the Lakers. That's another thing too. Let's keep it a buck right now.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we
gave,
did.
Wait. We gave the Lakers the props they would do at the end of the season. The Lakers were the hottest team going into the playoffs. They were. Denver lost the last 7 going into the playoffs.
But hold on.
That's all I'm saying. That's what I said.
But this is the issue. Just because a team lost 7 games at the end of the season does not make them not great. Because again, you can have a team that could be literally leading the division the whole season, have that little break, and then just fall off. Because again, we seen what the Lakers could do during the year, and I was like, okay, let them go to the first round and get knocked off.
Yep.
Damn, because they weren't playing. So even though they got hot, they still didn't show me that they were capable to make a deep run in the playoffs.
They beat
Denver
in the first round. Minnesota. Come on, let's stop it here, guys. It's Minnesota. Then who did they play in the second round? Golden State, right?
Yeah.
Golden State. Yep.
And look, I was surprised by Golden State. I'm not gonna lie. But what did I say though? Could be the beginning of the end for the Golden State Warriors. And and listen, you can blame it on that punch all you want to. Champions are champions for a reason.
Yeah.
You learn how to deal with adversity, if we're being honest here.
Yeah.
The reality is, what's the one that got punched? I don't even remember his name.
Jordan Poole.
Jordan Poole
wasn't even playing in the
where was he?
Oh, he said they played the Suns.
Yeah, where was he in the playoffs?
Remember, I told you what happened. Draymond knocked something out of him. Remember, I said
he knocked his soul out of him.
Well, but here's the thing too. I think even with the Golden State Warriors, I think their championship was playing the Sacramento Kings, because the Sacramento Kings gave the Warriors a run for their freaking money.
Yep.
They gave them everything they wanted. They gave them everything they wanted.
Everything. Too, when you really think about it, when you have a team go a full 7 games in basketball, let's be real.
Yeah.
You have them, and then you're going up against a juggernaut the next one, because again, it don't get easier. It gets a little bit harder because now you got teams that are fighting. So by the time you sit over there and get that, Golden State didn't sit over there and have enough in their tank to really sit over there and do that. They gave it all to the Sacramento Kings. They played them to the fullest.
Hold on. And I gotta ask you about a couple of teams. Okay, I want to ask you about one, Sacramento. What she just talked about. What is Sacramento? What do you think they're missing? Because they got 2 crazy guards. They got a nice guard section. Then I want to look at Philly. Right, so I want to go West Coast and East Coast with everybody right here. What do y'all think that they need to take the next step? Because we know Philly fired their coach. Sacramento's a young team with 2 hungry guards in Fox, and I can't remember the other guy's name right now, but they were college teammates. No, yeah. Monk. Yes, Monk. Yeah. So, what do you think that they need? Let's start on the West Coast first, and everybody will answer this question.
I think that they're missing experience. They've never been there before, and if y'all remember at the very beginning of that series, I said I was picking. Now I did flip late because I said, man, when they took game 6 or something like that, Sacramento did. I was like, they're closing this out, because they for all intents and purposes, if you're down going to Golden State, there's no way I'm thinking you're going to pull that out. So I'm like, oh, you're winning by 30 when you go home. So I did say at the beginning of that series, Sacramento will give them a hard run, but the experience will favor Golden State. And it eventually did, but I didn't think it was going to go 7. So I just think they're missing experience. And of course, you're always going to need depth from the bench and things of that nature. Maybe another big man, something like that, because it seems like what's the one guy that they use already? What is his name?
I forgot. I know who you're talking about.
But he seems like he could probably go to 4. And if they could get a guy who's like really, really like a big man,
yeah,
that would make them form. But I think they're here to stay. So that's what I would say with them. Yeah. Just experience and maybe some depth.
Lady A. Oh, okay. Go ahead, Lady A.
No, I'm just saying I agree with Ant. The experience showed at the end. Like, if you know you got that closeout game, you got to know how to close it out. So they didn't know how to close it out. And again, you got to, like I said, you got a young team. The coach,
he knows what he's doing. Mike Brown.
He knows what he's doing. He knows all you got to do is just give them that experience. That's their first time being there. Give them that. They got them that experience. Now, coach them up at how to fight through that to finish that. Then you're good. Sacramento is going to be a problem next year.
Can we
Lady
give
A.
him credit? Can we just
Well, everybody.
Look, LeBron, right? They said LeBron, right? Then he comes over here. Well, no, then he goes to Golden State.
Yep.
He's a part of that franchise.
Yeah.
Then he goes to Sacramento. He had the whole when he was running down the court looking stupid. That was everywhere. All that stuff. Didn't he take over in the playoffs or something before he went there and they tanked or something like that? Golden State when Kerr was out. It was something like that. I can't fully remember. They were saying, oh, they're gonna fire him because of that, and then he gets coach of the year and all of this stuff. So mad respect to Mike Brown. Sorry,
Mike Brown, Lady A.
So, I mean, Sacramento. I actually agree. In reference to Sacramento, we'll see where they go, right? But I thought it was funny a couple of days ago. You had Bobby Jackson playing golf, right? He was at some celebrity golf tournament or whatever, and he next thing you know, he talking about how he leaving and all that. I was like, oh, this is what we doing. But I mean, a lot of teams, you make adjustments, you do what you can, you do what you need to do, and I'm curious to see what's going to happen. I think basketball in the West is a whole different beast. Like, I'm an East Coast girl. Basketball in the West is like they do too much. Real talk, they do too much. They move everywhere. They doing all kinds of stuff. And truthfully, one point that I wanted to make, we were talking about how you have one player that he's interested in playing with people he loves, right?
Yep.
Keep in mind that Steph literally lost his brother-in-law from playing on his team. And then you see a difference in his energy on the court. I don't think that that's a major thing, but when you have your whole family, because two of y'all playing on the same team, it's a different vibe. It's a different energy. So, I mean, just keep that in mind when we're looking at these things. Because one time before, I want to say I was talking about football. These guys are still human.
Yeah.
They're still human. So, like, Bobby leaving, we don't know how that's going to impact the team.
Bobby who? I'm being for out. Who?
Bobby Jackson.
Yeah. Say it.
I was talking about him and leaving.
Right. Oh, no, I got you. I'm just
how it's like mentally. What do you know?
Yeah.
How does that? Because we have players who they form these bonds, these relationships, and sometimes that motivates them on
it's part of that chemistry,
right? The coaching staff, the other players. Sometimes they might have, even the water boy might be like, you dap them up and stuff like that. They might bring you some different energy on the court. So these moving pieces in the off season, we have to pay attention to that.
I got you.
Sometimes it's not just about the talent on the court; it's also the vibe, the energy, the motivation that they have.
Say it. What you think? Say it. What is?
I said this in the beginning when the series, when they got to the series, Sacramento will win the first game because they're going to use the energy of what they've done so far. But I said Golden State will win. I mean, Golden State won because they had the experience. That Game 7 experience is what Golden State had. And for Ant, the Lakers were in the play-in game.
Yep.
Then they knocked out the number 2 seed.
Oh, you mean Memphis? You mean
they knocked out the number 2 seed.
Ja got hurt again. They had key contributors.
Yeah, that's part of the game. And you now you sound like Alabama.
No,
now you sound like Alabama.
What I'm saying
now you sound like Alabama.
If you talk about having an easy role,
well, I'm just saying you sound like Alabama now.
How
we gonna go back in?
No,
how we gonna
do? It's called next man up.
Question. Hold on. Say it. The question was, what does Sacramento need?
They need experience. Which is what they got this year. That's what they need experience. You can't take away from what they've done so far.
You cannot. But guess what? They can't use that next year. They can't use that next year. I'm gonna tell you what they need.
They will be able to use it next year. The person who's going to harder use it next year is going to be Denver, because now Denver's going to get everybody's hardest shot every game.
They're gonna get their best.
No matter how bad they are, they're going to get their hardest shot every game.
Yeah.
Sacramento got there by running. Still, teams are not going to be ready to go with those boys, run up and down that court fast as they did. They outran everybody.
I'm gonna tell you what they could use.
Mm-hmm.
And this person that I'm about to put out there could use a change of scenery too. And I really don't know how it would affect the team.
Please save it, because I think I'm gonna touch on that. I know who you're gonna say. Just save it.
Okay.
Just save it.
Okay. Just let me know when you're ready for me to say it.
Okay.
Then okay. All right.
All right.
Go ahead.
So, all right. So now we go to, one of them that said he alluded to was Ja Morant. I know that was the person that he was saying was up in the air. We're wondering, is it going to be the half a load, or is it going to be the full load? Which one?
He get the whole thing. He's getting the. And
you said they gonna give it to him long, and they gonna give it to him strong.
But you gotta realize too, this is his second incident in less than 60 days. Like, come on now.
I can't stand Ant.
Ant need to be in timeout.
Hey, half a load, a whole load, but he getting one of them dumped off on him.
He been hanging out with the Golden Knights.
Right, he been hanging out with them Golden Knights. The Golden Knights are big old strong fellows.
Hey.
So then I pose a question: should the Pelicans trade Zion Williamson? Now this is just something for y'all. We could get to it at some point. We don't want to have a hour show, but this is a question that we could get to if y'all want. And then Draymond.
Hey, we ain't talking about my husband now.
Does he? No, this is just does he stay? Now he's already spoken for. But does he stay?
I know about me.
Does he stay or does he go? So those are my last two questions. Zion, should he be traded? And then do they give him any type of deal in Golden State? The GM just stepped down as well. And that was an ally of his. He's now gone.
Mm-hmm.
How does that look?
I think that Draymond, my thoughts, I think Draymond is coming to Dallas. I think Luka needs an enforcer. Luka needs an enforcer. And listen, think about it. Think about the history of the NBA, right? Michael Jordan had an enforcer, right?
Yep.
Isaiah Thomas had an enforcer, right?
Sure.
Larry Bird had an enforcer,
Yeah.
right? Okay, look at LeBron. LeBron had an enforcer.
But is he the right enforcer?
No.
I mean, he's older. He's older in his game, but he still will knock you out.
Clearly.
Ex Jordan Poole.
But hold on. Wait, look, first of all. So hold on. I'm gonna kind of touch on this and then let y'all. But Draymond in Dallas with Jason, that's not even. I was even stunned with the Kyrie Irving. Draymond, no. Not in Dallas.
I disagree. Hold on. You know why I disagree with you respectfully? Because sometimes we can get so caught up in the brute that is Draymond that we forget that he is a highly intelligent guy.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm not saying that he's not.
And how are we on the same page today? I started pointing to my head and you had already said it.
Because he knows the game of basketball. He doesn't have a problem fitting into the way that Jason Kidd thinks as a coach. That's why I disagree with you. I think that you also have a guy, who can bring the ball up the court as well. Not saying he's this great point guard or anything like that, but to get an offense in motion, take pressure off of Luka and Kyrie if he decides to stay, I think that becomes something that we can use to our advantage. A hustler and an enforcer. I do think that he would be a great fit here.
I think that the thing that he would do best is set that defense. Yeah. That's what he did for Golden State. He set the defense. He was the main person communicating with everybody. And what did Dallas miss when they traded Dodo? They missed a person that set their defense. So that's why I think Draymond will be great here in Dallas. Plus, you got Luka.
I'll agree with you on that because I keep telling you I was not a big Dodo fan.
You were a Dodo fan.
3-and-D guy who can only shoot threes, and he can't create a shot for himself, and he can't dribble, and he can't penetrate.
No, but he could play some defense.
I don't know nothing about his personal life. Maybe he can, but as far as we're talking on the basketball court, that young man could not dribble and get to the hole to save his life. Seriously. So I was never big on him like that, but I do agree with you on that. He was the guy that set the tone on defense for us. Absolutely.
Okay. So question: what about in the locker room? Is Draymond your guy that you want to bring onto your team?
Yes, because we forget that he was the leader. He was the vocal leader. He was the cohesive guy when they needed a spark, when they needed a word. He was the guy. Steph is not a vocal guy.
Right.
He's the step up and I'm gonna show you guy.
Right.
And Clay will chirp a little bit, but nothing like that's gonna rally people. The only thing and he said it on his podcast, or he actually said it with Taylor Rook's podcast. He said it made me step back on being the leader that I could have been because it made guys feel away and they didn't know how to take me anymore. So him getting a new change of scenery and being able to then set a new tone, and they know we can't say nothing slick to Draymond because he's gonna punch us. So now
he's gonna get us right in the mouth. Hey, so Zion.
I just don't see. For me, I just don't see it because again, me living in Dallas, I've watched the Mavs.
When did you live in Dallas?
Baby, I just moved.
Oh, you just moved?
I just moved.
You know what? Where did you live at?
Oh wait. Pause.
The area.
Gonna be all in our business.
Town's finest.
I've seen you before.
No, you have not.
Yes, what she
said. I have.
Don't make me pop out.
I promise you. I was like, yo, you look
said, don't make me.
I've seen you in Agtown before. I promise.
She said, don't make me pop out. Listen, I think Zion Williamson needs to go to Sacramento. There are a couple of reasons. Either Sacramento or San Antonio. One of the two.
Mormons. I get it.
Charles Barkley told you why for San Antonio. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. But listen, he does need to change the scenery. And all of the NBA states are now open to Zion because he definitely can't go to Miami because he ain't going to do nothing but shoot up the club.
Stop it.
No, he's settling down with that regular woman.
Stop it.
He can't come to Dallas because there's a lot of nightlife here. So, I mean,
it ain't that much nightlife. Don't put Dallas out there like that.
No, he can't go to Houston because him and James Harden will definitely be in the clubs. Please, there are only a couple of places. Sacramento's one of them, and I think that adding him on Sacramento, once he gets into shape, and those two dynamic guards that they have, you can then allow Zion to do his thing in the middle. And then I said San Antonio because Pop will get the best out of him. You know.
But you made a comment, and this has been his problem his whole entire career.
Pop retiring.
What can we do about his weight issue? Like, what can
stop feeding him? This is the NBA. This is the NBA. You got to have the best nutritionist. You got to have the best. I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. I mean, the NFL calmed Dez Bryant down after Jerry Jones put a whole security team on him. If you need to put a cipher lock on Zion's refrigerator to stop him from eating after 8:00 at night, you do so. If you have to fine him, if you take that money away from him to stop him from eating,
it's gonna have to be.
No, this is the thing. We got to be honest here. He is a grown man. At some point, you got to want to be disciplined. It's just the bottom line. Right. He has got to be able to. If he wants to be great, if he wants to win, if he wants to be just more than a flash in the pan of he can jump out of the gym. Oh, look, he bust out of those shoes. Oh, look, he busted all these women. That doesn't mean anything. You got to grow up at a certain point in your life.
Yeah.
Okay, but look. Okay, so let's be real here. He's not necessarily healthy on different aspects now. Okay. Different aspects. He's not healthy. Like I can name 3 different aspects. Not you, but me.
Oh, you're up next. Okay. That's why.
But he needs to stop laying up. I'm not even.
Now you doing it?
He needs to do a little more of that on the court. He needs to do a little more laying up on the court.
He needs to get out of the bed and go work out, get healthy. You know, do some drills, something.
Well, he was doing some drilling.
Not that kind. I said
He's
drills.
the only athlete with a sedentary lifestyle.
Right. Like he's apparently laying on his back all the time, and he needs to get up and stop playing.
He's laying on his back. Look at Lady A.
Said.
Hey, said. How many times did she just get fined?
Whoa.
How many fines?
HR?
In the bed.
HR just said this.
Did that just come out of HR?
HR is getting fined.
In the bed, laying down. He's not going to the gym.
No, I'm calling Mama A on this one.
That's
I'm calling
nice
Mama.
Clean up the HR.
I'm calling Mama
Real
A on
nice.
this one. I'm calling Mama A.
Real nice clean up the HR. That was a real nice clean up.
That's
all right. Lady
there.
A is now in the big box, and she has some information and questions for us here.
Okay, so let's talk Commander. So just a FYI for you guys, on June 21st, they're gonna have a GM forum, and they're gonna have Ron Rivera and Jason Wright, among a couple of other people representing the Commanders. Right? So that sounds good, but there are other things looming in the background. The Commanders, of course, we know, is going through the process of a sale. Unfortunately, the coaching staff cannot talk to the incoming Commanders until the sale is final. Well, apparently last week, I believe, the new ownership met with the finance team, and the finance team has a few of the league team owners. They go through the finances, they make adjustments, they make suggestions. So the Commanders, they were asked to make some moves, replace the private equity financing, and a couple of other suggestions, which of course Josh Harris said, yeah, sure, I'll do it. Whatever is needed. So with that said, they're going to recommend for the sale to go through, but they still have to vote. Now, I believe they need 24 out of 32 owners in order to make this go through. They have proposed 2 dates. The first date I want to say is July 20th, which would be before training camp, which of course the coaching staff is like, let's hope that happens. The other date is August the 8th. Okay. So as you guys know, training camp is about to start, and that could be a reason why we haven't heard who's going to do Hard Knocks, even though they decide to announce it in March most years. But this year, here we are in June, the middle of June. We still don't know, but that's another story.
I heard cameras are being installed in the locker rooms and places and offices right now.
I'm just saying. But I will be at training camp. I will avoid all cameras. Just letting y'all know. I'm gonna be there a couple days.
She won't.
I'm gonna do my best. I didn't do so well with the defenders. People were calling me like, you on there social media. Oops. So
First String Podcast shirt on and everything.
Right? Everything. Matter of fact, for the defenders, I think I had the hat on.
The hat on. Yep.
So the Commanders went ahead and canceled their practice that was supposed to be on Tuesday. So they have their break, right? They got their little
6 weeks.
6-week break. They go on vacation and everything, but apparently Ron is not going to be so relaxed because he is dealing with this looming situation here. So we're just waiting to see which date they're going to go with. Cross our fingers.
So you're saying we're closer to a final sell.
We're closer because the finance committee said, yes, let's go make these changes. Let's go. Let's move.
And I think they've done it. And so the other owners have been made aware of, hey, you need to be available for these dates here so we can get this vote done. And then we can announce Hard Knocks. Yeah, I'm okay. So, Lady E, how would you feel if the Atlanta Falcons are on Hard Knocks?
We don't need to be on there no more.
Negative.
We don't need to be on no. We
good.
did our no. I need Hard Knocks to ban us. Just
Well,
Well,
like
but I
let
mean,
y'all have
aren't there certain qualifications for being on Hard Knocks? Like you got to be
Yeah.
like a losing organization. You have to like.
That's why the
No, I'm
Cowboys
being
been on there
serious.
twice.
I'm not being funny here. You have to not make
Well,
the playoffs.
I think
You have
honestly
to be
they
a
changed
losing
the
organization.
criteria though. I think they kind of changed the
No,
criteria to give a little bit more teams the opportunity to be there because at the time when they had that criteria, it was going to be almost the same team. So I think they're just kind of choosing, based off of the situation. Like with the Commanders, you guys got a new offensive coordinator, especially with EB coming in from a Super Bowl winning team, how that's going to work. Ron Rivera, all, with that. Then you have the Saints, breaking in Dennis Allen. How is their life without Sean Payton? Then you got the Chicago Bears, how much struggle that they've been going through with Justin Fields, not them having an offensive line. And then the Jets, they're going to be trying to, look at Aaron Rodgers and seeing how he's changing. So I think they kind of changed the criteria when it was supposed to be like a losing team, supposedly supposed to make it to Hard Knocks. But no,
Well,
the Falcons
technically,
don't need to be on
it is still a losing team,
It's
but
still-
you're not making it to the playoffs for like 2 seasons.
Yep. That's the criteria they changed.
Yep.
You haven't made the
Yeah.
playoffs in the last 2 seasons. And so this finally gets the Commanders on Hard Knocks, which not a lot of people are excited about. Right.
I'm excited about it, man.
But this
I'm
is
excited.
I mean, this is a prime time
not
for
gonna
us
watch
to
it, but
be
I'm excited.
there
Yeah.
because we've been pretty. Even though fans, we knew Daniel Snyder was like a hot mess. The rest of the world didn't know that the entire time he's been the owner. So this is a prime time for them to
I really
go on there.
believe that the Commanders are getting Hard Knocks just for the fact that the momentum of the momentum of the new owners, the Harrison Rail Group, that's one story by itself. Them having to look for a new stadium, the amount of fans that are about to come back to this team, that's one. Then you add EB in there. Then you add, how about this? You add this storyline of Chase Young and Montez and the Washington Commanders not having any defensive ends under contract past this year.
Right.
Zero.
Let me tell you this, Pick. They already asked Detroit. Detroit said no.
Right.
Yeah.
They was on Hard Knocks last year.
They were
This is
because they
according
said
to the
they
Detroit
couldn't.
News. The NFL has had such a tough time finding a team that the league actually asked the Lions to return for 2023, but Detroit said no.
Yeah,
which leaves the league back at square one.
But didn't another team say no too?
Well, all of y'all said no.
All of them have asked not to be on Hard Knocks. The Bears said, "Please don't put us on Hard Knocks." The Jets said, "We don't want to be on Hard Knocks." New Orleans says, "We don't want to be on Hard Knocks," but the Commanders have not said no. Yeah. And then here's another one. Jason Wright really needs Hard Knocks so that he can show that I'm doing my job and he can audition for other jobs through Hard Knocks.
We can't see that he was doing his job.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Lady A. Sheepdog. Sup, Bama?
Hey, Bama.
What's up, Mo?
What's happening, Joe?
Sheepdog, that's Montgomery County's finest.
Chico.
All right. Okay, so picks in the big box now. Hello. So
go-go hat on.
Yeah, my go-go hat. Yeah.
Capital City Go-Go. The Capital team that Go-Go. Some people ain't know existed.
Hey, man. You know what? Never mind. Go ahead.
All right. So let's give a congratulations to the Golden State. I'm sorry, the Las Vegas Golden Nuggets, right? Golden Knights. The Las Vegas Golden Knights. Yeah. Golden Knights. Oh my God.
Get them together. Listen, it's okay. It's their first time. Mm-hmm.
It's their first time. It's their first time. 6 years they've been in the NHL, and this is their second time in the Cup Finals, and they actually won it. The last time they were there, they lost versus the Caps. Of course, I had to slip that in. Yes, Ant.
No, I just think they too rock solid for you to be forgetting their name. You know what I'm saying?
They are
solid as a rock hard team. You see what I'm saying?
Right. He did say they slipped him in.
They slipped it. They slipped it.
Hey, you always gotta slip it in.
When you rock hard, you gotta slip it in, right? You gotta slip.
All right.
My bad. My bad.
And it's hard to not see a Golden Knight coming from that far away.
When they got that girth.
Hey, pick.
When they long and wide, when they got length and width, it's hard not to see them coming from a long way off.
Hey,
they got sticks everywhere.
Sticks hanging, just sticks here, sticks there. They look. Hey, say this is like LA Dodger. You see, is this how you see it?
We can't wear black shirts no more, y'all.
Listen, first off, the way that they pounded the Florida Panthers in this final game,
pick.
If you got the over, you had problems.
As a Panther, you might as well, and that's a cat, by the way.
Oh my God.
You might as well just say, take it, it's yours. Is it? I just when you a knight, you come through slaying stuff like that, and then hold on, this is the worst part. Listen, did you see the final score?
9.
They put up 9-3.
Yeah,
they pounded them 6 times harder than they should have.
Oh my God.
It's an interesting situation. That's all I'm saying.
Oh boy!
Congratulations to the Golden Knights.
And
You are the far superior, bigger, stronger, harder hitting man.
Job well done.
Terrible.
Well, that parade is gonna be on fire.
Well, Las Vegas is kind of tore up right now.
Getting burned
they're
everywhere.
getting ready for that Grand Prix out there, so they're kind of doing constructions in Vegas.
Yeah.
No, seriously, they better give that Golden Knight team a lot of protection on that night.
Okay, so listen,
they did a good job, man.
I'm getting reports that
we got jokes and all, but you know,
I'm getting reports that we got to stop it. This is a family show.
Thank you.
I said better team.
No. I just got a text from they stop it, family show.
Right.
Right.
Now you want to listen?
No, but the fines are coming for all of us tonight, you included. You because you HR, so you getting double fine, and they still calculating your fine right now. I'm
running out on the check. I'm in the rears.
Wait, you Antonio Brown that situation?
Yeah.
Hey, look, hold on. I'm gonna take the shirt off.
No, you did.
I'm waving to the crowd. You take the shirt.
All right, so listen. Said thought he was gonna get away because it's not on the rundown.
Look.
It's not on the rundown.
That right there. So this is just a brief update. We will not be here on Saturday. It's Father's Day weekend, and then Sunday is Sayed's birthday as well.
No, my birthday's Saturday.
Sayed's birthday Saturday. I'm sorry, Sayed's birthday Saturday, and Father's Day is Sunday.
Right.
Y'all supposed to hit Sayed with $1 in the Cash App. So far, a lot of y'all have
or more.
Appreciate that.
Or more. Don't shortchange him now.
Or more. Right. Hit Sayed up with the Cash App and tell him happy birthday. You know, we appreciate Sayed for what he is.
Thank you for the happy birthday, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, for real.
I appreciate it.
Let me get back into these comments right here. Happy birthday, Sid, from Big Bruce right there. You know, we got your back. All right. So I think this is the last topic, but I'm about to switch you back out, Sid, for a second. All right. And this wasn't on the rundown either, but this just hit me. And I'm dead serious. I have questions. This is called Pick Has Questions. Okay.
Go ahead.
So I was talking to a coworker today, and the coworker said that their friend told them they're not gonna be at work because their baby is graduating from pre-K.
Okay.
If your baby get held back from pre-K, do you still not come to work? Pick got questions. I'm dead serious. So it's graduation season, right? And you know they got these graduations from elementary to middle school. Yeah. If your kid don't make it, do you still take the day off? I'm dead serious. Pick got questions. And I know that a lot of this is move a child along type deal, right? But I just heard that somebody was in middle school and at the age of 16 and they let them walk across the stage. What? Was mama proud? Did she take off? Pick got questions. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious with these questions right here. I need
child left
help.
Behind in pre-K?
How about 16 in the 8th grade? Pick got questions.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. If a child getting left behind in pre-K,
Man,
that mama needs to take off and go slap herself. For
that
your
baby,
child to
hey,
get
that
left
baby
off
is
by
Hannibal
pre-K.
Lecter, ain't it?
And I'm like, I don't be honest with you. I don't even believe kids should be held back in kindergarten because I'm like, half of y'all ain't even teaching nothing in kindergarten. Yeah, exactly. You ain't even teaching nothing in kindergarten.
How about that? How about that? But
let the baby
hold
show
on.
up eat some crayons.
It's graduation. I mean, graduations is popping off every which way, right? Do you take off when your child was supposed to graduate, even though you know they're not graduating?
No, what you taking off for?
Pick got these questions.
I'm not
because I've never been in this. When my child was
this.
supposed to graduate, they did that on time. They had no choice. It was either go to school or die. That was it. But Pick got questions because some of these kids ain't making it to high school graduations. That's not the goal. The goal is a college education. That's the goal. That's the expectation.
If I can make it, anybody can.
I'll put it to you like this. If I got the time and I know for a fact I'm about to do the time, I'm finna go sit over here and take off because by the time y'all realize what hadn't happened, I'm gonna be over there on the news like this. Okay.
And we gonna
just
say
like me.
Just
like me.
Yeah, because if my child ain't graduating and you done got me pumped up for graduation, I done already took off. Baby, So when I'm taking off, you better hope and pray that they find your body, your teeth ain't missing, your head ain't sitting over there swiveled around in a circle, and you got some clothes on.
See?
Jeepers creepers.
See? That's what I'm talking about.
Look at that.
Yep. Tell them, say it. We ain't playing these games around here.
No.
But I got
all right.
A separate
Yes, ma'am.
Off this topic. So NBA finals, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Your team wins, right? How do you lose your MVP trophy?
Oh, somebody took it.
That's on eBay.
Well, you know what? I say this, Lady A, because I saw that
Tom Brady lost his jersey.
But this is what I'll say. I'm glad that we finally seen somebody who is, for all intents and purposes, made it to the pinnacle in every way, shape, form, or fashion. Say, this is just a sport. And what's most important to me in my life is not this.
Right.
And I'm not saying you should lose that trophy. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, he was not happy that they had to stay for that parade. He's like, fam, can I go home? Like,
I want to go home. I want to go home.
I got 2 MVPs. I got finals MVP.
I want to go celebrate and be silly.
I led the playoffs in points, rebounds, and assists. Can I go home? I did.
That's all I want to do.
What y'all paid me to do. I just appreciated it. You know.
Now we got to celebrate you one more time.
Now, just to let everyone know, they got it back.
Good.
Got it back.
I'm gonna say it was on eBay.
You gonna make me another one from whatever the material made from anyway if it got lost.
It is vibranium. And
that is the truth. Like
all right.
If he lost it, he was gonna get another one. So
here we go. All right. This is where we go. Said you up next, followed by Lady A, and then our guest. So that's the order that this is about to happen in. All right.
I should go last. This is my birthday.
What we doing?
Said that's the order that we come into this. That's the order that we come into the show in, man.
Okay.
All right. So Sunday is Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Right.
Father's
So
Day.
Pick would like to wish everyone a happy Father's Day out there. And this will be my first Father's Day without my sons. They off on their own. They doing their thing. So it's gonna be a different one for me. But I want them to know I love them, and I appreciate them for making me a better man every day. And I want to thank my dad for making me a better man every day as well. So happy Father's Day to everyone out there.
Like, what's going on here?
We see your fans, Ed. We see your fans.
You're not frozen.
I know the fan was moving. I seen it.
You say happy Father's Day to y'all.
First of all, thank you guys for the happy birthday wishes. It's most appreciated. I would like to wish a happy birthday to my father. There were days where he literally had to carry us where we had to go, and he did it without any question, any hesitation, any complaints. I appreciate him every day. I appreciate his service to the military, and I thank you for being there when I need him the most all the time. Happy Father's Day.
All right.
So, Mama said Happy Father's Day as well. And Sheepdog, you Obama. Oh, no, I said
Who
Sheepdog.
is that?
That's my mama.
Hey, mama.
You are a very beautiful lady. Nice to see
Please,
you, mama.
and please stop finding us
Because she's telling y'all if I'm not here,
every time.
I'm telling you. But just saying Happy Father's Day to all the fathers, including my dad, who is probably, is he home? He's not home yet, but he'll probably watch later. I'll make him. But Happy Father's Day to the gentleman on the show with me. You guys are all fathers, and then everyone watching. And then, of course, you know, we have those super dads, and I don't necessarily mean super dads for good reasons, but you have, you know, those dads with like Nick Cannon, Happy Father's Day.
You mean those overachievers?
She's getting fined again. Zion Williams.
Yes, Happy Father's Day to all of them. So that's it for me.
All right. Bye, mama.
I don't know why he wants to end on me. I am the oh well, yeah, we have our guests, but listen, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't have no daddy growing up. I had to get it out the mud, but I will say it did teach me a lot about the father that I desired to be. I do think, you know, I have my 3 children, so I am very much a super dad or approaching it in some capacity. But I am grateful for my kids and what they've taught me about life. And you know, Happy Father's Day to the men that I work on this podcast with, and for all those out there who are doing everything that they can to be a part of their kids' lives, no matter what the circumstances are. And so I do believe that women are very important in this world, and I think that fathers are just as important if they decide to allow themselves to be. So Happy Father's Day.
Appreciate it. Oh, now we heard about this daddy, so.
All right. So happy Father's Day. Special shout out to what can I call him? My little big head. That's what we're gonna call him. We're gonna call him my little big head. Shout out to him and what he has been doing for my son, you know. So that is pretty much that. Shout out to my daddy. It actually turned 13 years since he passed. But shout out to him, because without him, I would not be into sports like I am right now. I was the little girl following behind him, the little missus, you know, at every which way when he called baseball, basketball. He taught me football. He was trying to teach me golf, and I said, "Daddy, that ain't gonna work. We can't do the golf." But you know, shout out to him, because without him, I would not be here. You know, in this sports game. And then shout out to all the fathers on this podcast. I'm gonna give y'all, like, seriously, thank y'all, because without y'all, especially when you have boys, thank y'all. It is hard. It is hard to try to raise these young Black men in today's society. So thank y'all for what y'all do, even if it's just a mentor. Thank y'all, everybody out there. Thank y'all as well for being fathers. Keep it up. Don't let nobody tell you that you ain't a dad. Don't let nobody discourage you from being a dad. Continue doing what you're doing, because we need our Black fathers, our Black sons, to have a father, to know their father, to continue what we're doing. Because again, it's rough out here. It's rough out here for some of us mamas out here. Because trust me, I'll be ready to knock mine out. So, but thank y'all. Thank y'all.
You're welcome. Say it. Did we cover all the topics today?
For sure. You good.
For sure. Shout out to my niece, both of my nieces, Nia and Ebony, for taking out Sheepdog. Make sure y'all say Happy Father's Day, Bama, to him.
that Bama said I was off Georgia Avenue.
That Bama. That is a funny term to me. That Bama.
Thank you, Bruce. Hey, Lady E. Bruce said another great guest on First Stream Podcast. Of course, Lady E did her thing, man. That's why we had to have her back.
Does. She always bring the good juju.
Yeah, she brings good energy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you ever
I
call
have
me
to
a
be.
cowgirl.
I can't do this and be all melatonin and stuff like that.
There you
No.
go.
No, because we would kick you off and then tell you come back when you bring your right self. Right. We do appreciate each and every one of y'all. Don't forget, we'll see you guys on Tuesday. We're taking Saturday off. We'll see you guys on Tuesday. Not this Tuesday, the following Tuesday, we got another birthday. That Monday.
Mm-hmm.
That Monday and that Tuesday. And then we'll have a surprise for all of y'all. And then we got Ant's birthday following that one. And then a little bit later is Pick's birthday, but we don't even care about him. So we appreciate each and every one of y'all for sticking with us through this, man. We only keep doing this because y'all keep watching. When y'all stop watching, we'll stop doing it. But we won't because we love this anyway. Say it, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Come on, Ant, get your wave together. Shouts out to my son, United States Air Force. First String Podcast, second to none. Come get some. Tell them, say it.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.